Na nishukuru Rais William Samoei Ruto. Wakati jana umesema shoot but do not kill. I want to repeat it here. In fact, shoot and kill. You cannot have someone coming after your life and you do not want to shoot and kill. You cannot have someone who is going to terrorize you and your family and you are telling me you cannot shoot and kill. You cannot have someone who is coming after your businesses armed and with weapons and you want to tell me that you cannot use shoot and kill. The Constitution, the Police Act has given the police the powers to use their arms where they have evaluated the risk of their lives is in danger.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your greatest support. Now, before we get deeper into this discussion, let me just humbly request you that if at all we are meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well like, you can share, drop me your comment in the comment section, tell me what you think and where exactly you are watching this video from. It is very bad and very wrong if I did not appreciate you guys for the great work that you are doing for our returning viewers, my returning subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. God bless you. Asanteni sana. Those who are watching from Uganda, those who are watching from Kenya. It's good. If you're within the country, I'll just request you to tell me which part of the country you're watching from. Maybe you can just mention the number of your county. County 001, 002, 010, 047, 042, 045. I'll just mention the number of the county where you're watching from, and if you're outside, you can as well tell me which country. I'll just drop you the flag at the comment section, and the remaining part of it, I'll just maneuver, just know by myself. Just drop the flag or just tell me where exactly you're watching this video from. And also, if you feel that like there is something that we need to do as Bonita Media to make sure that you get the news or maybe you get the information in a better way, you can as well tell me at the comment section, because you know, as usual, we just have to communicate. Communication is normally the key. Feedback is normally the key thing in any form of communication, as I do say. So if you give me a feedback of maybe what you feel like we really need to do as for us to improve this channel, it will be very, very good, and I'll take it positive, you know, and it will be good actually. So, fellow Kenyans, I've got some three stories actually to talk about. Just mention, but a few, just mention them so that when we get into the discussion, we'll all know what we are talking about. And number one, I want us to talk about the issue of KOECH. Nelson KOECH. There was a time that he mentioned something when the Gen Zs were being killed. KOECH said live on TV that police officers, when he was asking police officers to shoot the protesters, today in the morning during the daybreak on Citizen TV, which was being led by Trevor Mbija, it was like he was apologizing for what he did, and also, so I don't know what kind of apology was that. And also, the second thing is desperation can make politicians do things that nobody expected them to do. Like Nakuminja, that is the former CS, was recorded addressing the students and even forcing them to go and tell their parents that they met her, that she is the Kenya one, and she's working hand in hand with William Ruto, and there is a position that she is eyeing for. Of course, all of us knows that Nakuminja wants to become a governor. She wants to replace George Natembeya of Trans Nzoia County. And the last story of the day is going to be on matters work abroad, of job abroad, where Mutua is trying to tell us that he's communicated with one of the guys that is working in Dubai, and the guy has told him that he's earning 120,000 in a month. And many more, maybe during our conversation. I know a lot of them are going to come, so that we'll talk about them. But fellow Kenyans, please, if you're meeting for the first time, just as a reminder, as we get into the discussion, don't forget to subscribe, because when you subscribe, you're going to get a chance. And when there's a video that will be uploaded, very easy for you guys to get it. Now, let's jump back to our discussion. And firstly, let me read for you what KOECH said, and then we talk about it. But listen to what he said.
If I remember correctly, you were quoted at some point asking the police to shoot and kill protesters.
Our children.
Why would you want police to kill?
Let me start, and it's good that you've mentioned that, Trevor. Let me start by saying I must confess that let me just speak.
Let him speak.
I must have been misquoted. Those who know my character and all these gentlemen know my character. I'm not that kind of a person. That statement, I unequivocally want to apologize. The sanctity of life is provided for and guaranteed by the Constitution and even the Bible, of which I believe in. So that statement that came out from me, I want to take this opportunity to unconditionally apologize. It is not my character, and I'm totally embarrassed by that statement. It came in the heat of the emotion of that moment, and I should have been more careful in how I made my statement. So let me use this opportunity to apologize for that statement unconditionally and say that that is not my character, that is not my personality, and I do apologize for that.
KOECH is saying that I want to apologize. It is not my character. And I am totally embarrassed by the statement asking the police to shoot protesters. It came in the heat of the moment, and I should have been more careful with how I made my statement. For those who read the Bible says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So in other words, there is nothing new under the sun. You understand? So when you see somebody expressing himself, when you see somebody saying something with a lot of confidence, and then that person comes later and apologizes, says that I don't know what came over me. You know, if you don't know what came over you and that thing that came over you cannot be taken out, it means that the same thing that you don't know how it came over you, it will still come over you. Like for instance, KOECH said this statement, and I want you to listen very carefully to what he said during the Gen Z demonstration when police officers were brutalizing Kenyans, and in fact, they were shooting the young boys and girls. Listen to what he said.
Na mimi nataka niseme na nishukuru Rais William Samoei Ruto. Wakati jana umesema shoot but do not kill. I want to repeat it here. In fact, shoot and kill. You cannot have someone coming after your life and you do not want to shoot and kill. You cannot have someone who is going to terrorize you and your family, and you are telling me you cannot shoot and kill. You cannot have someone who is coming after your businesses armed and with weapons, and you want to tell me that you cannot use shoot and kill. The Constitution, the Police Act, has given the police the powers to use their arms where they have evaluated the risk of their lives is in danger. And I want to say, these people have been terrorizing people. Anyone who wants to go to a protected area like State House is not an ordinary person. That is a criminal. That is an armed person that must be dealt with equal force. And the only force that applies to such people is to shoot and kill. If you think that the government is sending goons and assassins to attack people's property and investment, why do you have a problem when the government then goes after the people they have sent, as you claim? Watch, we will arrest everyone, and I can tell you they are terrorists, and they are going to be charged as either facilitating terrorism or they are terrorists themselves. Yule mama ambaye alichomewa biashara yake ya county supermarket alifanya makosa gani? Opuzi yenu mnatuambia sijui one term ya nani? Nani alikuambia sisi ndio tutakaa one term? Kibaki hakukaa one term, Uhuru hakukaa one term. Sisi umeona wakati imetufikia ndio sisi ni washenzi tukae one term. Tunapiga term mbili fululizo. Kama taifa la Kenya na kama jamii hatuwezi hata siku moja, na wasifikirie sisi ni waoga ati wanatupangia na sisi tumekaa hivi. Kama ni kupanga, wasifikirie hatuwezi kupanga. Ni vile tunapenda amani na wachunge hii amani sana. This country, blood has been shed enough times, And we will want to warn all those who want to orchestrate violence in our nation that we will not allow the temptation to join your chorus.
So with that confidence, I want us to talk like this. So with that confidence, you want to tell me that this guy didn't know what he was saying? You want to tell me that this guy didn't mean what he said? Because he said very well that shoot them. If they are joking, shoot them. So how comes right now he is telling us that he is apologizing? Okay, who are you? Let's ask ourselves this question. KOECH, you are apologizing to who? Are you apologizing to the people that to the young boys that were killed after you said that? Are you apologizing to the parents? Are you apologizing to the family? Are you apologizing to the remaining Kenyans, or are you apologizing to the government? Because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, an apology is supposed to be directed somewhere. So whenever you're saying that you are apologizing to who? Because even if remember when you are writing a letter, it's normally written to whom it may concern. Now, this is your apology. Whom is it concerning? Like, who is it? People like Rex lost their lives. A lot of people lost their lives. So I really don't know this apology. Mimi kitu ambacho sielewi ni kitu kimoja. This apology itself. Let's talk about the apology. This apology itself. Whom are you apologizing to? Like, ni nani? Kwa mfano, like who is it that is supposed to? Who is this person that is supposed to accept the apologies? Because, you know, when you say that you are apologizing, it means that you really know what you are saying, and you really know why you're apologizing. So whenever you are saying that, oh, you know, I apologize, yes, you are apologizing to who? Let us just be realistic. You know, sometimes I do say that let's always be realistic and let's always be real with what we are saying. Let us always mean what we say. And I said, and I told you, and I'll keep on saying that, you see, from now henceforth, politicians are those guys that, of course, right now, they're really trying to connect the dots. They're looking for ways in which they can come back to the citizens. Yes, I made a mistake. Now I want to make up for the mistake that I made. You know, they want to make up for the mistakes. But I think it's too late. According to me, I really think that it's too late for them to say that they're apologizing. Because if you come out public and you're saying that you're apologizing, why? The first question is, why are you apologizing? The second question is, when are you apologizing? The third question is, to whom are you apologizing to? Why, where, who? First of all, you've gone to the Citizen TV. You're apologizing on national TV, right? Okay, let's say that maybe you're apologizing on national TV because you said this on national TV, right? But then, have you mentioned the people? Have you mentioned the people that should take this apology? That is my worry. My problem is, have you mentioned the people that are supposed to take this apology? Like, okay, I apologize to the mother of Rex or the family of Rex because I am the one who said that police officers are supposed to shoot them. At least that apology has been directed to somebody, has been directed somewhere. You understand? But then if you just keep quiet and assume that you have apologized and that somebody is supposed to take your apology positive, I don't think if it works that way. There are some things that doesn't just work the way you think. You know, you can't just sleep. You can't just wake up in the morning and then you say something, and then on the other day you wake up and no. I'm very sorry for the background noise. I think they are making kuna kitu ambacho wanaunda juu yangu. There's a house that I think they're doing some repairs. Just give me, I think it's just this week. By next week we'll have a very cool environment where tutakuwa na hii kelele yote. You understand? Tutakuwa na hii kelele yote, mara sijui wanajenga, mara watu wanapita, watu wanapiga makelele hapa na pale. I'll find a way of making sure that background noise is not there. The second story is about let's talk about Nakumicha. Nakumicha wants to do away with George Natembea. And you know, I sat down and I was asking myself this question, that is it really true that this woman Nakumincha thinks or feels like, you know, she can kick Natembeya out from being governor of Trans Nzoia County? You know, these issues, you have to look at, you really have to look at things the way they are. You really have to ask yourself that, is this really like, how is it possible for me? Is it really, first of all, is it really possible for me to kick this man out? And this huyu mtu ameshika ground kwa njia gani? Because you know there are those people ukienda ground, those guys are really ground. Like somebody like, you know, somebody like George Natembeya is not a guy that you can just wake up in the morning and say that now you want to send him away. No. You are going to do a lot. If it's a lot to be done, then you really need to do a lot. You really need to convince people that you are better than George Natembeya in all ways. Because remember, George Natembeya is like a wave in Western. Of course, all of us knows that George Natembeya is like a wave in Western. So waking up in the morning and saying that you want to go and send George Natembeya home is not easy. And now, where are you doing it? You know, all these issues, all these things are just, where are you doing them? Now, you are going to a school and then you are meeting students. You are telling students to go and tell their parents that they met you.
And when you go home, tell your parents, we met. Oh, from leaving Waziri, after I was dropped, I am now an ambassador. I'm called Her Excellency Susan Nakhumicha Wafula. I represent Kenya to the UN Habitat. So when you see my car, you will see a car with a red number plate written Kenya 1. I represent the president in Kenya. And I'm sure you also aspire to be that way, okay? Yes. So tell your parents when you go home, you met Her Excellency Ambassador Susan Nakhumicha Wafula. And I have other aspirations. Tell your parents.
Why can't you organize and meet those parents yourself and talk to them? Because students don't have IDs. Students are not going to vote. Okay, some of them are even going to forget that they met you. They will not even tell their parents. What makes you think, or what makes you comfortable that they're going to tell their parents that they met you? Okay, another thing, what makes you think that their parents are going to believe them that they met you? Politicians, desperation is, if there is one of the major things that is really affecting our Kenyan politics, I think it's the issue of desperation. Desperation in political space is very dangerous. And of course, we can witness it. This thing, being desperate as a politician, is one of the worst and the most dangerous thing that I've ever seen. So if we can find a way of dealing, if these politicians can just find ways of dealing with this desperation of theirs, I think it would solve a lot of problems. Like, you just want to show people that you exist. You know, you just want to show people that you exist. You just want to show people that you are there. You just want to show people that you want people to feel your presence. It is not bad for people to feel your presence. But now, in what angle? Why are you doing that? You understand? The last story is the story of Mutua. That is the CS mwenye amesimamia kazi. Mutua is saying that aliongea na one of the young men aliongea na one of the men who are working outside, and what this man told him was that he's earning 120,000 every month. And in fact, he's talking like, what he's trying to say is that kuna mtu ambaye ana earn 120,000, alafu kuna watu ambao walikataa.
Miezi michache iliyopita tukawachukua vijana wakapata nafasi ya kazi. Tulikuwa hapa kwa hiki kiwanja, tukaenda Kilifi, Mombasa, Kwale. Zaidi ya vijana 10,000 walifika, 3,000 wakapata barua za kazi. Tayari 1,350 wamesafiri. Hata kuna kijana wa pale Mamrui ameniandikia yuko Dubai kama rider, alikuwa bodaboda, analipa shilingi 1,200 kwa kila 120,000 kwa kila mwezi, anafanya kazi. Kwa hivyo mpango huu tutatembea katika nchi yetu muweze kupata nafasi. Jambo la muhimu ni hili. Ukiona mtu anakuambia atakupa nafasi ya kwenda ng'ambo, mchunguze. Kwa sababu kuna watapeli kama vile Mheshimiwa Rais amesema katika mpango wake, kuna watapeli wengi wanajaribu kuchanganya vijana.
Let me just read for you what Mutua said. You know, these people sometimes are normally very funny. You listen to them talking, you are like, okay, so this is what they mean. These are the kind of things that they can say. And that is why that is why I'm telling you that you know, desperation is one of the major things that is really affecting these our leaders. They have got this issue of they want to be felt, they want to be known, and if there is one of the dangerous things that will really affect our politicians, then ni hii kitu tu moja tu ya kutaka kujulikana. Hii unaona, you see, if a politician, or maybe if a politician, let me call it, if a politician would force would just force people to listen to him, or maybe people is just looking for a way of convincing people that, you know, I'm better, you know, I'm this, you know, I'm that. It's something that doesn't make sense. Some young men have gone abroad and they are now fighting for foreign nations. Can you understand this? They have gone abroad and they are fighting for foreign nations. Know that they're fighting. And others are misbehaving because they were not informed on how to take care of themselves. That is a CS. A CS is saying that you as a Kenyan, you are misbehaving because you are not taught or you are not informed on how you can take care of yourself. Hey, Kenyans, we are doomed. Kenyans, we are really doomed. If this is what is going to happen, if this is what we are going to experience, or if this is what we are experiencing, then I think we are at a point where a lot needs to be done. Personally, I feel like a lot really needs to be done in this our country. For us, you know, for us to be on the safer side, or for this country to be on the safer, let me call it, for this country to be on the safer side, there are a lot of things that we really need to do, that really needs to be done as far as politics is concerned. Because a politician cannot just talk like this. And that is why, this is why I said, and this is why I normally say that the greatest mistake that the president did was to take politicians and give them positions of CSS. Suppose, look at the difference between William Ruto's surrounding and Uhuru Kenyatta's surrounding was that Uhuru Kenyatta did not employ politicians. He didn't appoint politicians. Uhuru Kenyatta appointed experts. But now, William Ruto appointed politicians in the name of experts. And that is where, and this is where the greatest mess is coming from. So fellow Kenyans, I would like to know what you think at the comment section concerning these three things. Number one, KOECH is trying to apologize for the mistake that he did. Can you forgive him? Now, assuming that now you lost your son, you lost your brother, you lost your sister, you lost your family member, you lost your friend. From the statement that he made, that police officers are supposed to shoot, and remember, even the president himself said that police officers are supposed to shoot the legs of these people. Can you forgive him? Of course, I know you can't, but you can just tell me at the comment section, do you really think you can forgive him or not? The second story is the story of Nakumincha, trying to campaign using the students. And the last one is Alfred Mutua trying to insult young boys by telling them that some young men outside there are fighting to become foreigners in foreign nations. But you as a person, you as a youth, you are misbehaving because you are never taught or you are not informed on how to take care of yourself. Please let me know what you think at the comment section, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well tell me what you think and where exactly you are watching this video from, especially if we are meeting for the first time. It's very much important to tell me what you think. As I'm going to say, that feedback is normally the key thing in any form of communication. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface. Bing.